If you have decided to move to Canada and are now looking to get started with your express entry application process, or if you want to learn what is the step-by-step procedure to obtain the permanent residency of Canada, then this video is for you. In this video, I will list out the 10-step procedure of the express entry process and will simplify each of the mentioned points so that you can get started with your application immediately.
Hey guys, welcome to our channel Indian Family in Canada. I am Farhan.
I am Nida.
And we have gone through the process ourselves and received our PR in under 5 months' time.
Now we want to share this information with all you families so that you can come to this country as well. I'm sure ये आप सबका भी dream country होगा जिस तरह से हमारा था. So if you do like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, do subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more videos. Okay, so the first step of the process is to find out your CRS score, that is the Comprehensive Ranking System score. This is a point-based calculation that awards you points based on age, work experience, education and a few other factors. This is one of the most important steps to know where your application stands, and you can then understand how soon you will receive the ITA or the invitation to apply. The second step is to prove your language ability, that is in English or French. If you choose English, you will have to prepare and appear for the IELTS English exam. The language test will evaluate your abilities in reading, writing, speaking and listening. To score the maximum points from your language requirements which contribute to your CRS score, you must earn a minimum of 8 in listening, a minimum of 7 in other sections of reading, writing and speaking. Do prepare thoroughly and be aware that falling short by half a point in any of the sections can be detrimental.
So guys, let me tell you something. In our case, I had to give the IELTS exam almost 4 times. That's because I was scoring half a point less. That is, I was scoring about 6.5 in writing, and that was not sufficient. I was falling short by almost 57 points, and uski wajah se I was not getting the invitation to apply. Finally, at the 4th attempt, I managed to get that 7 in writing. It can be really tricky. Please practice as much as possible. I used to just ignore practicing writing, and that's why I think this happened. So finally, after getting that 7 in writing, we finally got the invitation on our profile.
But guys, the good news now is March 2023 से ये थोड़ा सा चेंज होने वाला है. इसका मतलब आप IELTS का सिर्फ वही सेक्शन के लिए रीअपियर कर सकते हो. So for example, if your desired score is lesser in writing, so you can reappear for only that component of IELTS. This makes it so convenient, trust me.
Absolutely.
Let's get on to the next step now. Once you're done with your IELTS, you can go on to the next step. Okay. So if you're finding this video informative and you're liking it, please click the like button to let me know you did. This will encourage me to continue making more such detailed videos on getting the PR for Canada. Do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell icon so that you are notified every time I put a new video out. Going to the third step in your application process would be processing the Educational Credential Assessment or the ECA. In simple terms, it is getting your educational degrees verified by an authorized Canadian educational organization that evaluates your foreign qualifications and marks it equivalent to a Canadian one. Your ECA report can assist you in getting a job when you come to Canada. All you got to do is select an ECA organization like WES or IQAS or ICAS. Register and upload your details on their website and ask your education institutions to send out your transcripts and degree copies to them. You will receive a reference number which you will require it in the next step, and that is while creating your express entry profile.
Just before we go to the next step, I would like to add something over here. If you have more than one degree, that is, if you have done your master's and your bachelor's, just get your master's degree verified, as that is sufficient. You don't have to actually go out and get your bachelor's degree verified as well. In my case, I had a master's from UK and it was simpler, it was faster. I just had to send them an email, and within 1 week's time, I had received my confirmation that they had sent out the copies to WES.
So, the fourth step would be registering and creating yourself a new IRCC account on canada.ca website. After completing the initial steps of creating an express entry profile, you will have to list out details of your age, passport, educational assessments, work experience, English language test results, etc. Ensure to enter accurate and complete information for all mandatory fields to qualify the profile as an eligible one. You will then be able to see your CRS score on your profile homepage. As mentioned earlier, do your maximum best to assure your CRS score is higher than the cutoff score being drawn. Only then you will receive the invitation to apply, which will allow you to proceed on to the next step of your application. In the meanwhile, make sure to maximize all possibilities to increase your CRS score to the maximum value possible. If you're finding value in the video, please do hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel as I will be making more such videos and giving away more information on different aspects of the PR application. So now, getting back to the procedure. The fifth step will be contacting your workplace for documents highlighting your work experience. You will require to arrange your job offer letter highlighting the date of joining and role in the company. Along with that, you will have to process a reference letter from a manager or someone senior supervising you who can explain in brief a description of your job role with necessary details and specifics of your job related to your NOC code. In some cases, a salary certificate would be required. It isn't necessary if your salary is mentioned on the job offer letter. The sixth step would be arranging for a police clearance certificate or a PCC. This document is basically a background check for the applicants pursuing the express entry. You will have to provide a PCC for every country in which you have stayed for a minimum of 6 months continuously in the past 10 years. It is a pretty straightforward procedure where you will have to visit your local police station and go through the process by submitting your identification cards. It generally should take about a week's time to get ready. Most countries like UK, UAE, etc. have the process set up online. This is helpful if you are not able to visit the country yourself. The next step would be completing a medical test from a certified and authenticated panel physician or medical center as specified by IRCC on their website. They have verified health centers in all major cities in all countries where you can visit and get your medicals processed, and they will then send the report directly to IRCC to get it attached to your profile. The results of your medical exam must be valid at the time you submit your application for permanent residence and when you arrive in Canada. So, you must consider getting the exam as close as possible to the date you submit your application for permanent residence. I will share the link in the description box below where you can enter your country of residence and find the closest panel physician approved by IRCC. Getting on to the next step would be providing the proof of funds or your bank statement for a period of 3 months. The amount of money you need to support your family depends on the size of your family. To calculate the size of your family, you must include yourself, your spouse or partner, and your dependent children if any. If you have more money, you should list the full amount in your profile or application. Please do not have deposits or withdrawals of big amounts shown in the 3-month statement as it does not indicate a healthy and stable bank account. Once you have all these documents ready, it is time to upload them on your express entry profile. You will have an extra slot to upload an explanation file in case you want to explain anything exceptional about your profile. In our case, we had explained why we used to make several visits to a neighboring country as it was shown in our passport. And we had clearly stated we would provide a PCC in case it was required. The case officer checking your profile and documents will revert back in case they require anything further from you. Do make sure to upload all the mandatory documents as mentioned on the portal, or else there are high chances the application would get rejected. Once uploaded, you will then have to pay the Canadian government fees for your application profile before submitting it. Once done, it is time to go and celebrate. Keep an eye out on your express entry profile for any messages or even the status bar and follow it to completion. It might seem like a lot now, But I promise it isn't difficult to go through once you have started the process. If you are wondering if you should really apply and get the PR for yourself or your family, let me quickly remind you. During the lockdown, the Canadian government sanctioned a monthly aid of $2,000 for every person who lost their jobs during the pandemic. Also, also for couples with children, the government has child benefits set until they reach 17 years of age. This additional tax-free support ensures to support families. We hope you found this video informative. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, do subscribe to our channel, and we will see you in the next one.